Hi everyone, I'm Connie from Amaya, and today we're going to talk about diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing during your pregnancy. Let's start why it's important. Whenever we connect to our breath, we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. So we're moving out of fight and flight, we're moving out of overwhelm or stress, and we're dropping into the peace and calm that we have within us. That is so important in life, but especially during your pregnancy, it's important. It's important to connect with that during your labor. When we connect with our breath, we're helping to connect the body, mind, and spirit. And that's what we do when we do yoga. That is what happens during your birth. When you have a very strong mind-body connection, you're really able to have an easier labor, a more connected labor and birth, okay? So that's the main reason why we practice this belly breathing. Another reason is it just feels like there's not a lot of room in there, am I right? So it helped me through my pregnancies to remember that there is space to breathe. And in that space to breathe, there's space to be grounded and present, back to that mind-body connection, okay? Let me think, is there anything else I want to add to that? Yes, I do. I want to add that we'll practice the belly breathing in a moment, and it's also an opportunity to connect with the pelvic floor. We know we need a resilient pelvic floor through our labor and birth, and then of course afterwards. So the way we connect to that resilience is practicing relaxing. So when we breathe in, our diaphragm moves down and our pelvic floor relaxes. When we exhale, the diaphragm moves back up and the pelvic floor rises up, okay? So we can add that element after we just practice the simple belly breathing practice, but it's another opportunity to connect with this important part of our body that is so instrumental in birth and keeping our organs in alignment, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let's begin. So you can sit any way that feels comfortable to you. A chair. I'm sitting back on my heels here. You can use a blanket to sit up. I have a yoga block. You could sit on a yoga block. But for now, I'm just going to stay like this. And you'll bring your hand to your belly. And this just helps you to identify how much space you have and to help you move as you breathe. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my waist. And the fingers I'm going to point them back. They can point forward or back, but I'm going to bring my fingers to my lower back and my thumb at my waist. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe into the nose and we're going to fill up full. You could imagine that you have a tire around you, like an inner tube, and my hands are going to be this part of it, and you're going to move your body to touch the inner tube. So the hands are, let's say, are the inside of the tire here. So we don't want to just move the belly, but we want to see if we can find movement and space in the lower back and the side body, okay? So it looks like this again. Let's all exhale. And we're going to breathe into the nose, fill up full, and then exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do one more. And breathe out. Okay, so that's simple as that. When we breathe in, we want to think about expanding. When we breathe out, we're just kind of moving everything back inward and up. You could even take it a step further and think about those transverse abdominals, that lowest sheath of the abdominals, and have them hold the baby close to you with those belly muscles. So we breathe in and then we breathe out. You see how I'm moving my belly in as I exhale. And this tones the abdominal walls. Also, you could think about the pelvic floor. So we breathe in, we expand, the pelvic floor relaxes. When we breathe out, the pelvic floor draws in and up, as does the belly, holding the baby close with those belly muscles, okay? So it's like you're giving the baby a hug as you exhale out the mouth. And making the exhale shh or like you're blowing out a straw is helpful in achieving that, okay? So let me talk you through a few rounds of the belly breath, and I'm also going to draw in the pelvic floor work, okay? take it or leave it. But I think it's important to relax the pelvic floor when we inhale and practice that and connect with our pelvic floor. Okay, so sit up tall, close the eyes, hands on your belly, one hand on the lower back and the waist. Exhale all your air. Breathe into the nose, expand, 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 and then exhale out the mouth. Pelvic floor goes in and up, and you give the baby a hug as you exhale. Inhale, pelvic floor relaxes and you expand and you expand and you expand, and then you exhale out the mouth, draw up the pelvic floor and hold the baby close with the belly muscles. One more time. Breathing in, expand and relax. Breathe out. It's just a gentle lifting and hugging inward. And then breathe in to relax. And let go. Open your eyes. Okay, so practice this anytime you feel like you need grounding, because I promise you, the more you practice, the easier it will show up during your labor as a tool to help you cope with labor and keep you centered and relaxed. Thanks so much.